we think that the battle was not going Richard's way totally. Although he had a large number, much larger than Henry's, his forces were being outmanoeuvred by the Earl of Oxford, Henry Tudor's main commander. Henry Tudor himself had never fought in a battle, so he's not going to lead this lot, is he? Well, Richard sees his chance, and in the distance spots Henry Tudor isolated from the main battle with a small bodyguard. What better chance for him with his hundreds of knights, men on horseback, cavalry, the best soldiers on the battlefield. Now, he charges across open countryside, leading the last full charge of English knights in the battle. He goes slamming into Henry Tudor's force, killing William Brandon, who is carrying Henry's flag, and probably gets quite close to Henry himself. If he finishes Henry off, the battle is now over. But Henry withstands the charge. He defends himself very bravely. Well, he would. He's fighting for his life, isn't he? He's got no option. Richard would surely have won the battle at that point. It would have been a master stroke had not William Stanley changed his mind. For William was standing with thousands of soldiers to the side. He had come and been asked to fight for Richard. He fought in the end for Henry and came in with fresh troops on Henry's side. Richard, now greatly outnumbered, is driven back into the marsh. The marsh where we found this little badge, which signifies probably where Richard met his end. A little badge of Richard's emblem, the white paw. Well, Richard now, driven into the marshy area, finding it hard to fight, loses his horse, if you believe Shakespeare, and calling for another, is fighting in the thickest press of men. In the English fashion, this is the way they used to fight, with heavy armour, shouting, "Treason! Treason!" He was cut to the ground. They say by a Welshman with a bill like this, and it's quite a heavy implement that will give you a very sore head, probably killing him. Dropped him to the ground, and no doubt those around would look around and see, well, now's my chance to say, I killed Richard. His body pierced with 1,000 wounds, the crowd says. A bit of an exaggeration, probably. But his body being brought back here to Leicester, and the skull here that we found has a trauma to the head. It also has a barbed arrow in it. Now, it's the first arrow that has ever been found on Bosworth Battlefield, if that's the case. How it got there, we don't know. Imagine with a plate of armour, it couldn't pierce that, certainly not this type of arrow. There were armour-piercing types of arrow. Maybe after his death, being stripped of armour and clothing, he might have had a little mutilation going on from his enemies, and it might have ended up in his body in that way. I'd be very interested to find out what they make of the bone structure and it's been traumatised. But it'll be good, won't it? If we do find it. So that's how we think he met his end. At the battlefield, we've got lots of artefacts that we've found, and we tell the story that we believe happened. But watch this space, because they're still finding stuff in little England now. And we found gold rings there. You can imagine what's hacked from a soldier fighting. The ring falls to the ground, loses its jewel, to be found 520 odd years later. So all those sorts of things
we wouldn't have been allowed to touch
possible now to a gentleman about Leicester and its men. So have a leaflet, there's some more at the end in the tent, and we'll see you on the battlefield.